News at 4, a horrible mistake at a local funeral when the wrong body arrives in the casket. And even worse is what happened to the body of the loved one who was missing.
And a high school football team gets creamed in a 91-0 game. Why parents say it wasn't just a bad loss, but bullying on the field.
And people trying to complain about a Nike event that was too loud end up calling a phone sex line instead of Nike customer service. KOIN 6 News at 4 starts now.
Live from the KOIN Center in downtown Portland, this is KOIN Local 6 News at 4.
In the last hour, 2 teenagers arrested in connection with the deadly hit and run in Forest Grove pleaded not guilty. Meantime, the sisters' friends and teachers are trying to keep the focus on Anna and Abby. Welcome to KOIN 6 News at 4 o'clock. I'm Jenny Hansen.
And I'm Ken Body. Police say 18-year-old Cynthia Cisneros is driving the car that hit the girls. Her boyfriend, 18-year-old Mario Echeverria, was also in the car. He is charged with evidence tampering and hindering prosecution. Chris Holstrom was in the courtroom when the teens made their plea. And Chris, how did they plead?
You know, both of the suspects were just appeared in court, and they both had not guilty pleas. And investigators say 18-year-old Cynthia Cisneros of Forest Grove drove the car that killed and hit 6-year-old Anna Dieter Eckert and her sister, 11-year-old Abby Robinson. She's charged with felony hit and run. Her passenger and boyfriend, 18-year-old Mario Echeverria of Cornelius, is charged with evidence tampering and hindering prosecution. According to police, the two initially denied involvement in this hit and run, but after several minutes of interviewing, they admitted to being in the car. In fact, police say Cisneros said she had intentionally run over a large pile of leaves and said there was a loud bump. The documents say they then went to her home to inspect the vehicle, and that's when her brother, another passenger in the vehicle, went back to the scene. When she returned, Cisneros said he told her that she had run over a child. The passenger, Echeverria, also told police he took the vehicle in question to a car wash in Hillsborough in order to remove the evidence and protect his girlfriend. Now, I talked to neighbors in this Forest Grove neighborhood, and they tell me they are shocked that the suspects were living so close to where the accident actually happened.
When I found out about this, it was just sad, and it's like, I almost started crying. It was just like the saddest thing ever. I didn't know it was that close. But, I mean, like I said, I'm praying for the family.
And both Cisneros and Echeverria will appear in court later this month. Reporting live from the Washington County Jail, I'm Chris Holmstrom, KOIN 6 News.
Chris, thank you. And today, friends, classmates, and teachers at the sisters' schools honored the girls. They all wore blue and purple, Anna and Abby's favorite colors. And they worked on art projects and even planted flowers.
It's tough. It's very close to home here. We're a very small school. We're a family here at Dilley.
Teachers say they really want everyone to focus on the lives of Anna and Abby. Meantime, a memorial where the girls were hit continues to grow.
New at 4, a Vancouver middle school student has been taken into custody after police say he brought a weapon and ammunition to Frontier Middle School. Both Frontier and neighboring Pioneer Elementary School went on lockdown for 2 hours. School officials won't say what weapon was found, but some students say it was a knife. Vancouver police also say they found ammunition in a backpack.
Yeah, it's obviously really scary, especially with the shootings in Nevada recently in the middle school and everything. It's crazy being here.
Well, it's really disturbing. I mean, these days it's just don't understand why things are happening.
No one was hurt. Police are interviewing the student. His name has not been released.
2 people were seriously hurt in a house fire in Aloha. Crews responded to that fire about 3:15 this morning. Several people were trapped on the 2nd floor as flames shot up from the backside of the house. That fire might have started in one of the bedrooms. Fire investigators are now trying to pinpoint the cause.
The state of Washington is now investigating 2 funeral homes after the wrong body was presented at a Chehalis man's funeral. The man's family says their father was mistakenly cremated because of the mix-up. Jessica Morkert spent the day working to get answers about how all this happened.
It has been confirmed that my father's been cremated on accident, and my father was terrified of being cremated.
Brian Moon says no amount of money could take back the horrifying mistake. When his family opened up the casket at his 72-year-old father's Chehalis funeral, they found a picture of Jerry Moon and a man dressed in his clothes. But as for Moon himself,
I turned around and just said to myself 3 times, it's not him.
Moon died died at Community Home Health and Hospice in Longview on October 13th, the same day a 97-year-old man also died at the home. His body was picked up by Dahl McVicker Funeral Home in Kelso that day. The following day, a body was picked up in Kelso by Brown Mortuary based in Chehalis. Greg Pang with Community Home Health Hospice tells me the home has very specific procedures.
Funeral home will present at our facility, and then they are personally escorted to the patient room. At that point, we identify the patient, we give documentation related to the patient to the funeral home, and then we have the funeral home sign a log that they have taken the remains.
I was hoping to speak to your manager. We called Brown Mortuary and also stopped by Dahl McVicker Funeral Home. The funeral home manager tells us the matter will only be discussed with family. Brown Mortuary in Chehalis released a statement saying that we do not comment on any client families or their specific situations. We believe we have the very best training in the industry and that our policies and procedures are outstanding. However, from time to time, mistakes are made.
I have never seen this. I've worked in hospice for 25 years. The family is foremost in our mind, and you know, our heart goes out to the family for sure.
In Chehalis, Jessica Morkert, KOIN 6 News.
All right, we want to take a look now at that afternoon commute. And Carly, how's it shaping up?
Well, we've got a water main break that has the intersection of 1st and Jefferson closed, so avoid that. You've got many different plan Bs you can use, though. Now take a look at this. An accident, which is actually on, right now, it's on Corbett between Richardson and Seymour, so it's got Corbett blocked, and you can use Macadam as a plan B. Also, the I-5 northbound exit ramp at Corbett is closed because of this accident, so you'll want to use the Macadam Avenue exit instead. Take a look outside. We've got a lot of slowing here at Macadam, both southbound and northbound on I-5. And as you make your way through North Portland, of course, you can see it's a pretty drive. The weather looks great, but the drive not so much. It's just jam-packed up to the Interstate Bridge. Now to I-84, where it's heavy all the way out to I-205 in the eastbound direction. This is Highway 26 as you approach the tunnel, so expect to slow down on the way down the hill to I-405. Highway 217 is already bumper to bumper here at Canyon. It doesn't let up until after Denny, and northbound traffic is getting heavy right now around 99W. Bruce?
Okay, thanks a lot, Carly. Here's what's going on in the weather department. It's another day in paradise, and I rarely get to say that around here at this point in October, right? Do you just feel like it's hard to believe this has gone on so long? It's incredible. I'll talk about what is the pattern that's stuck. That's coming up at 5 o'clock. That's the weather that's been giving us the pattern that's been giving us this weather. 69 degrees is the current temperature in Portland right now. Another day where from our tower cameras you can just see the fall colors all over the place. This is over in the Lloyd district, and look what's peeking out right behind the foothills of the Cascades. Mount Adams even out today. It's been that clear. So just something else. Now, if you've got plans tonight, maybe you want to go for a walk along the waterfront. It is going to be a beautiful evening to check out the South Waterfront, for example, and the path that goes right along the Willamette. 65 degrees at 6 o'clock. We'll be at 60 degrees at 8 o'clock, and then we'll be down into the mid-50s by 10 o'clock tonight. So we'll be cooling off. You know, you'll want a jacket if you're out this evening, but not anything in the way of rain or clouds or anything else. Back to you.
Nice night to eat at one of the restaurants down there. Okay,
totally.
Thank you, Bruce. Well, it has been 30 years since Joni Hall vanished from the town of Warrenton, but her family is still determined to learn what happened to her. They held a vigil October 1st to keep Joni's story alive. She was last seen September 27th, 1983, leaving the Warrenton Mini Mart after 2 p.m. Ever since then, her family's been searching for answers and hoping to find closure. Now, they're confident someone knows firsthand what happened to Joni.
Oh, I believe it. I believe somebody knows something, and it's been 30 years. 30 years of keeping a secret.
It may take courage or guts to come forward, but I hope they would do it. There is no statute of limitations on murder. Interviews.
Tim Becker is digging deeper into this cold case and learning about a possible cover-up. That's tonight on KOIN 6 News at 11. And that's right after tonight's 300th episode of CSI. To highlight that milestone, producers have hidden the number 300 in the show 14 times. Watch closely to see if you can find them. Then join us for KOIN 6 News at 11.
Still ahead, certain types of treats are killing pets across the country, but the FDA doesn't know why. the things you should cut out of your dog or cat's diet until they figure out what's going on.
And an urgent recall from a popular local food company because of listeria, the meat products you need to stop eating right away.
And the government shutdown takes a toll on tax season. Why it means you'll have less time than usual to file.
Taking a look at the roads, a live look at I-84 at 82nd, and you can see that typical slowing out there for this time of the day. Carly will be up in just a few minutes with a look at some other roads around town.
If you have a pet, you really need to listen to this. Check your dog treats, as the FDA is investigating a popular pet treat that's been linked to hundreds of dog deaths.
Yeah, scary stuff for pet owners. Now, some manufacturers are voluntarily recalling those treats until investigators get to the bottom of this problem. Terrell Brown has more.
The FDA has received nearly 4,000 reports of illness in cats and dogs dating back to 2007. It's estimated that 580 of those pets died.
These animals are presenting with kind of vague symptoms of vomiting, diarrhea, they're lethargic.
Dr. Urs Giger is a professor at the University of Pennsylvania School of Veterinary Medicine. He's been studying this illness known as Fanconi syndrome at his lab in Philadelphia.
Jerky treats with mostly origin from China have been associated with this Fanconi syndrome. We are not sure if everything comes from there, but certainly all of the indications are that it is from there.
Though the FDA has made trips to manufacturers in China, they've been unable to pinpoint the problem. For pet owners like Robin Pierre, waiting for answers has been a source of frustration.
You can't have so many healthy pups die, and the one common denominator is the chicken jerky imported from China.
In 2012, her 2-year-old pug Bella died from kidney failure. She claims it was shortly after Bella ate Wagon Dog chicken jerky tenders, a product made in China and distributed by Nestle Purina. Purina voluntarily pulled the product from shelves in January, insisting that their action was not linked to the FDA investigation and that the treats don't pose a health or safety risk. In Tuesday's warning, the FDA said our beloved four-legged companions deserve our best effort, and we're giving it. The agency also released a letter to veterinarians asking that they provide samples from affected animals and continue to report on jerky-related illnesses. They also asked that vets inform owners of pet jerky risks.
This kind of alert that they have sent out will really put more research and more effort into the diagnosis and avoid further animals to get into this.
We have a recall alert now from Beaverton-based Reese's Fine Foods. The USDA issued an urgent recall of Reese's meat products because of listeria contamination. Products containing nearly 23,000 pounds of chicken, ham, and beef products are all affected. That includes 12-ounce to 5-pound packs of pre-made chicken salad, ham salad, potato salad, and baked beans. The contamination came from a plant in Topeka, Kansas, and it was distributed nationwide, but Reese's says it was not distributed in Oregon or Washington.
The problems with the healthcare.gov website have been widespread and well documented, frustrating consumers, lawmakers, and the president. But there are some people who have managed to sign up for it. Danielle Nuttingham reports from Washington.
Single mother Virginia Lindahl wasn't going to let a slow website keep her from getting health care coverage.
It required some patience, but I waited 9 years for affordable health care, and waiting a few more days was fine with me.
Lindahl was part of the first rush of applicants when healthcare.gov launched. The psychologist who owns her own practice took her time completing small parts of the registration process. A week later, she was signed up. Not everyone has had Lindahl's success, and Republican lawmakers want the Obama administration to explain why hundreds of millions of dollars were spent on a website that doesn't work.
The rollout of Obamacare is nothing short of a debacle, and the American people are now fearful of their health care.
CBS News has learned the site's new Shop and Browse feature often gives applicants a cheaper estimate because consumers don't enter their exact age. Virginia Lindahl is glad she was persistent with the site.
Yes, it's frustrating. Wait and come back in a week. It will be worth it.
Lindahl estimates she will save nearly $15,000 a year with her new coverage. Danielle Nottingham, CBS News, Washington.
Administration officials were on Capitol Hill Wednesday briefing House Democrats. Republicans, though, are not a part of that briefing. They have requested their own, and scheduling details are being worked out on that.
Well, keeping an eye on your money now, you'll have to wait to file your taxes next year thanks to that partial government shutdown.
The Internal Revenue Service says it will delay the start of the tax filing season by up to 2 weeks. In a statement, the IRS says the move was necessary to allow adequate time to program and test tax processing systems following the 16-day federal government closure. The original 2014 filing season was set to begin January 21st. A new filing start date will be announced in December, but you can still send in a paper tax return anytime. However, the IRS won't look at it until the season officially starts.
Well, there's some good news about how much it costs to go to college. This year, tuition and fees are up 2.9%, but that is the smallest one-year increase in 30 years. The College Board says the average cost for an in-state student to attend a four-year college is now just below $9,000 a year. But federal grant aid has gone down, so many students are paying more out of pocket.
If you plan to shop on Amazon this holiday season, you'll have to buy more to get free shipping. The website is raising its minimum for free shipping to $35. That's up from $25. Prime members, though, who pay $79 a year, will still get free 2-day shipping on eligible items.
FedEx expects an increase in holiday deliveries. The company estimates shipments will rise 13% in the first week of December to more than 85 million packages. On December 2nd, Cyber Monday, FedEx expects to ship more than 22 million shipments, its highest ever. The company is planning to hire tens of thousands of seasonal workers to help handle the surge in holiday shipments.
If you plan to shop on Thanksgiving Day, you'll have plenty of retailers to choose from. Kohl's joins Walmart, Macy's, JCPenney, and others who are opening their doors at 8 p.m. on Thanksgiving Day to get a jump start on the holiday shopping season. But people who work in those stores are not all happy about it. They're trying to put a stop to the early holiday madness. There are petitions popping up all over the internet, calling on retailers to stay closed on Thanksgiving.
I'm just appalled because isn't Thanksgiving supposed to be a day about being with family and giving thanks for what you already have, not going out to get things and spend money and make other people work?
I honestly feel like maybe if they want to work, the employer should give them an option, and if they don't want to work, then they should have the option to stay home with their families.
Well, most stores that are opening early say employees will have the opportunity to volunteer for the Thanksgiving Day shift.
A Dallas brewery is in some hot water today. Their new slogan didn't go over as well as they had hoped. Now, the beer is called Dallas Blonde, the label with a wide-eyed doll, and the slogan, "It goes down easy." Well, a liberal political blog, the Burnt Orange Report, says the brewery is fueling the acceptability of rape culture. The brewery owner says they just thought it was funny.
We're a company that doesn't take ourselves all that seriously. You know, I was a little shocked that a little tongue-in-cheek joke got this much attention. Roll back there or whatever.
Now, he has apologized and removed that label from his delivery truck. He says they will consider changing the name of the beer.
Coming up, a math teacher found dead. A 14-year-old student charged with the murder. We'll have the latest on the investigation.
And is a blowout on the football field just another form of bullying? Find out why some parents say yes, starting a nationwide debate.
Plus, an up-close look at the royal baby as the newest prince is christened in a small family service.